Bleach, 1/3 of the Holy Trinity, one of the biggest inspirations for this current generation of mangas. There is plenty to praise about this beloved series. While often considered the worst of the big three, but in my personal opinion, it's the best of the big three, there is one thing that people praise about Bleach, and it's the female cast. Yes, Bleach, not only is it said to have the best female cast of the big three, but it's often said it has some of the best women in all of shonen. But I want to know, is that true? Is that actually true? Well, I do want to say yes, but it could be a lot better. Like, I do love the ladies of Bleach, but they could use just a little bit more of a push. Bleach already does everything else right with their female characters. Like, I have one rule when it comes to writing female characters, and that's to make them present in the world. And if you look at Bleach, there's women everywhere. Heroes, villains, captains, they're everywhere. So Bleach passes that with flying colors, but what happens when we take a closer look at this roster? What happens when we look at the individual players? Do they hold their own weight? Well, let's take a look at one. First of all, we gotta start with the best character in Bleach, Rukia Kuchiki. Arguably the coldest character in Bleach. When you look at Rukia, she's kind of written like a shonen Disney princess. Like, she starts off living a normal life, then ends up getting adopted into a long lost rich family, and then ends up becoming something special later on in the series. Rukia starts off very weak, and then by the 1,000-year blood war, she is popping out the most beautiful Bankai in the Soul Society. She grows throughout the series. She has plot relevance. She gives Ichigo his powers on 2 separate occasions. Hey, listen, we all stand Rukia. So arguably the most popular girl in Bleach is Yorichi. I like Yorichi. Everyone loves Yorichi. Who doesn't love Yorichi? She's a badass woman of color. But besides that, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Her character was kind of there. It was kind of stagnant. Like, I expected her character to play a bigger role in the story. Like, she helped train Ichigo, Chad, and Orime. She was revealed as a former captain of the Gote 13. Like, I expected her to play a bigger role, but she didn't. But besides that, she's still a badass character, a strong woman who is capable of fighting on her own. So despite her not playing a big role, she's still a good female character. And next we have the most controversial female in all of Bleach, and it's Orihime. And I completely understand the criticism behind her. People say she's useless, she doesn't do much during the story, that she's only used as a love interest for Ichigo, and I completely understand all of that criticism. But in my personal opinion, I have no problem with that, because let's be honest, not all characters can be the main characters. Not everyone can be LeBron James. Some of y'all gotta be role players. Some characters have to be side characters, and unfortunately, I guess, Orihime has to be a side character. I understand that she was a part of the Ichigo crew, that she deserved more of a push, but in all honesty, Orihime is not even a bad character. She's a very likable character, and she has her good moments from time to time, but you know, she's a side character. Oh yeah, let me not forget Holly-Belle and Senjumaru. Shout out to those strong women. Now, I do like the women in Bleach. I think it has good female representation, but in my honest opinion, I think it could be better. I think the women in Bleach deserve a bigger push. For instance, Nell. What the fuck are you doing? Why didn't Nell get a bigger push? We all would have loved to see more Nell, hopefully for the right reasons. Because yes, while she does have a great design, I'm more interested in her character, because it's a really good one. When we first meet Nell, she's just a little innocent baby who's a navigator for Ichigo and his team, but then after, she's revealed as a former Espada, the former number 3 Espada. And she not only has this adult form, but she can kick fucking ass. And Nell's character peaks when she kills Noritora in order to save Ichigo. Actually, nah, that didn't happen. Kenpachi stepped in and two-handed Noritora, which in my personal opinion, I love Kenpachi. That's my dog, that's my day one, but he did not need to be here. It should have been Nell to defeat Noritora. For Nell and Noritora's past, for writing's sake, it should have been Nell to defeat Noritora right here. Not only would have been a great peak for her character, but it would have been a great moment for another unappreciated female character. But I guess Kubo wanted to have outside reinforcements come in and save Ichigo, which I understand, but if you're gonna have any outside character come in and save Ichigo right here, then why not use Yorichi? Because why wouldn't she come in and save Ichigo when he needed it the most? Like I was saying earlier in the video, Yorichi was underutilized in the story of Bleach, and right here coming in to save Nell and Ichigo from Noritora would have definitely been a great spot for her to be at. Because let's be real, actually I'm gonna get up in your ear and say it, because nobody is out here glazing up Kenpachi versus Noritora. And that's why Yorichi or Nell should have taken this spot, because they would have benefited from fighting Noritora way more than Kenpachi. And it sucks more with Yorichi because the times when she is utilized, the times when she does get the spotlight, she shines bright like a diamond. Her fighting style is one of a kind. It will spice up all the sword fights in Bleach. She fights hand to hand, no weapons. And to top it off, she's a lightning user. The lightning anime users are a very prestigious group. There's Loxus, Nell, Sinbad, and Yorichi could have been one of those OP lightning users, but no. Listen man, Yorichi is really cool and I think she deserved a bigger spotlight, more utilization in Bleach. Like, I just want to know if she has a Bankai or not. But let's look at somebody who was the successor to Yorichi, and that's Soyon. Now personally, Soyon is one of my favorite characters in Bleach. And I wanted to see more of Soyon because first of all, she has a very sleek and clean design, a certified baddie, and she's the captain of the 2nd division, the Stealth Force. I want to know more about how that division gets down. Just like Yorichi, she has a unique fighting style. She's a ninja and her finishing move is a rocket launcher. Do you not know how cool that is, dude? I'm not gonna lie to you guys, replace Toshiro with Soyon, okay? We already have another ice user. But if we didn't have Toshiro, then we wouldn't have our next character, Rangiku Matsumoto. Now, I absolutely love Rangiku. Rangiku, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but anyways, Rangiku is a character, you know what, that don't even sound right. Anyways, Rangiku is a character that, just from the looks of her, you would think that she was all about sex appeal, all about fan service, but actually she has a very entertaining character. Yes, while Rangiku is a woman that knows that she's a baddie, she is not afraid to shake what her mama gave her. That's not what her character is all about. She actually has a very entertaining character and has a very interesting backstory tied in with Gin. While yes, Rangiku is a side character that plays her role very, very well, I still would like to see a little bit more of her. Maybe a solo fight, maybe a Bankai reveal. I know there's some type of fact out there that says like, oh, she doesn't like her Zanpakuto or whatever. I still would like to see a Bankai from her. Maybe it could be like a mist field that makes her opponents blind so that way they can't see her beauty. Now, after taking a closer look at the women of Bleach, I will still say that yes, Bleach has good female representation, but it could be better. There's a ton of female characters that could have used a bigger push. The main ones being Yorichi, but besides the utilization, I think having women in every corner of Bleach is good and it normalizes women in the anime, and it also has a good variety of women, of body shapes, of personalities, and the characters are written well. So yeah, I will say Bleach has good female representation, but it could be better.